Hey guys, what is going on? This is Ip of RageQuitTV, gonna be casting a game between TLP.Joshua and Liquid Zenio. It is a ZVT on Entombed Valley, and I have no clue who this Joshua guy is. On the Korean server, there's two people in the top 50 of Grandmaster with the TLP tag, Joshua being one of them, so I'm assuming that TLP is a Chinese or a Taiwanese clan, and we just haven't heard of them because the TSL is not too popular as the Taiwanese Star League, not the GSL, the Global Star League. They just have a lot of good players over in that area that just haven't been discovered yet because no one really gives them any attention outside of China. And, well, they do get attention inside of China because there is this one streamer on Team Liquid called Hoi, I think it is, who routinely gets like between 2,000 and 3,000 viewers, and he is not featured. So it just shows you there are other portals to StarCraft 2 outside of PlayXP and Team Liquid that do give good stream counts, and while PlayXP doesn't do that, they don't really have a featured streamer section to my knowledge. They don't really highlight that. Would be cool if they did, but no, they don't. We do have the drone now moving out for Liquid Zenio, and if PlayXP does, my bad for saying they don't. I just don't know, and I don't think I saw any section that looked like that the last time I visited that site. Zenio, though, gonna scout with this one drone. It is a 4-player map, so on 4-player maps, you generally do see Zerg players scouting. On 1v1 maps, you generally don't really see the Zerg player scouting because their Overlord will get into the Terran's base. But on a 4-player map, your Overlord has a chance of not seeing anything, and that is just bad. Imagine if the Terran player spawned right here and Zenio didn't drone scout. His Overlords are going to the right and south. So Terran could just walk straight up the middle and catch Zenio off guard. So that's why you see a lot of Zerg players scouting on these 4-player maps, generally scouting after 13. And an SCV by Joshua is moving on out. And the drone will be coming up to see exactly what Joshua is doing. The Marine does come out. Drone is going to come up, see this walled off, and I don't think this was at 13, or maybe the map's a little bit bigger, that supply depot actually going down. But generally when you do a drone scout, you want to be able to get to your opponent's base by 2:45, even if you scout him last. If you don't do that, then you're always saying, okay, there's a 33% chance of him, of my scout doing nothing, and my drone scout was just meaningless. Because right now, Zenio's drone scout, that was meaningless. Well, I guess it tells you there's no 2-rack seeing that second supply depot. So, meaningless may be a bad word, but if it left like 15 seconds earlier, he would have been able to tell if there was a gas before that barracks or not. And that Ling is coming out, dealing damage to the Marine, and nice micro for Zenio, pulling that one Ling back, taking out the Marine and SCV without a single loss. And going back to it, maybe Zenio still knew the barracks finished at 2:45 because a Marine was out that has a 25-second build time, I think it is? Yeah, 25-second build time. So, seeing the Marine come out of the barracks and be out as Zenio did scout, maybe that's what told Zenio, okay, if the Marine's out, that means the barracks had to complete around 2:40 or 2:45 because the Marine takes 25 seconds to build. So if the Marine's out by 3:10, then it's safe to say that you got the barracks before the gas. So maybe that's what Zenio did. Maybe his scouting is just that good to not only be able to scout based upon the finishing time of the barracks, but if the time the Marine does come out, because that will also tell you when the barracks does finish. Zenio, let's see, does he have scout? No, he doesn't know about the reactor. So we will have reacted Hellions coming out of Joshua. The double command center has started. It is Entombed Valley. So Zergs have a pretty tough time on Entombed Valley because Terrans can wall this area up because this is the only way to get into the natural until these rocks are taken out. It's not like Zerg's going to take out these rocks then attack. So Terran just have to focus on this area, much like Shakur's Plateau or Cloud Kingdom. Well, not Cloud Kingdom, because they can still come in 2 ways. So, like Shakur's Plateau, you just have to worry about this one ramp. And then once you get this ramp walled off, you can take out these rocks, and then you just worry about this ramp and go up on a 3rd base. So, very easy for Terran to go up on 3 bases against Zerg. If Zerg want to do anything, they have to do it early. And since Zenio, let's see, what is he up to right now? I don't know what he's up to. He hasn't shown that he wants to take a 3rd base yet. It is 7 minutes. Those Hellions aren't really doing a contain. So Zenio would be free to go up on a third base, probably if he wanted to very quickly. He is getting a Roach one. I'm assuming Zenio is going to do some type of damage, and Joshua knows. He's like, okay, my Hellions are coming late. I should check that third base. So there is a possibility of some Zergs taking that, since Joshua does go up there just to see if the hatch is there. Zenio just can be focused on defending, does have 2 Spine Claws and 3 Queens up here. But because he's so focused on defending, I'm thinking that Zenio may put a little bit more pressure on getting a Baneling's Nest now. So I definitely think he's going to do a Roach Baneling bust. Trying to take out this wall before too much gets up. And this does work just because the Terran players generally do play greedy. Zenio, does he know about that other command center? No, he doesn't. The Overlord doesn't come down to see the other command center. But if he saw that, then he'd probably have an idea that tanks are going to be a little bit delayed. Another Hellion, the one that is injured, going to be going up just to keep a scout on these rocks. Don't want these rocks to go down blindly and then all the Lings to come in behind your Hellions and take them out, because that would just be absolutely horrible. But Zenio is massing up a lot of Roaches down here, and they will be moving across the map right now. And Zenio still on his just hatch tech. About 8:30 into the game. No hatch, no third base. So Zenio doing a little bit risky right here. I wouldn't say it's all in, because this is almost guaranteed to do damage as long as the Hellions don't kill all the Lings before they morph into Banelings. The siege mode not done quite yet. Oh no, it is done! So maybe this is a relatively big all-in. That is a lot of Banelings. Oh my god, is that a lot of Banelings. Those Hellions don't manage to take out any of them. Thankfully, when Banelings finish morphing, they go back to full life, as they would be all injured. There's Banelings now going to come up, take out this bunker, and Zenio is coming in. There's SCVs out trying to form a wall, but this tank does go down. Next tank will go down as well. Another bunker does get up. All the Roaches very badly injured. Not too many of them left. Baneling's going to waddle their way in, but nice target firing out of Joshua. Small micro miss blunder right there. Miss blunder. That is a new one. But anyways, Ling's going to come in, more SCVs helping out, trying to keep those Marines safe. Marines do fall to what few Roaches there are left, and it looks like Joshua may barely just hold with this bunker right here. This one may burn to the ground. No, this SCV is a hero. Saving that, going into the SCV kill count, it was 18. But Joshua is only one, he's tied in the number of workers, 38 to 38. Zenio now just starting that layer, so Zenio did damage, but it kind of just reset the game. And maybe not. Maybe Joshua's ahead. He has a third command center up. So I think Zenio's actually behind right now. I don't think that did the damage it needed to. He did kill 18 workers, which is really nice. Did kill off a few tanks, lowering that tank count. But Joshua has his third base up and is ahead on workers and 3 mules. Yeah, he is definitely ahead in this game. Even ahead in that supply now, so Zenio has to do something. Probably should double expand and be a little bit risky. An SCV is coming out. That one is very injured, and Ling is going to come easily clean that up. You can see how he's trying to walk that fine line, so the Ling did not auto-aggro on him. If you could see, okay, you guys at Watchtower, my SCV is still alive, though, so it's not all lost. But no, the Ling does auto-aggro in that scenario. We do have another factory being built right next to the starport with the reactor, and that may be a little bit odd. That may be foretelling at what is coming. Maybe more of a mech play out of Joshua if he goes... Well, maybe not. I don't know why he built his factory right there. But it looks like it is going to be reactor starport. And maybe he just wants more space for his tanks so they don't get stuck anywhere. And also, if a battle ever came, a tank does come out, he can immediately siege right here to help the ramp. Instead of if the tank was built all the way up here, he could siege like right here to kind of protect this area and this area. But in all honesty, he probably would want to siege right here, protect the ramp, and reinforcing units that go in this way. So maybe that's why he put the factory there. No idea. That is just a complete guess. Calling down the mule as he lands this command center. The mule timed almost perfectly. Does make a long trip back, and this is actually relatively bad. This loses around, I'd say this is like a 60 mineral mistake doing that, because it does stop the number of trips the mule can make back to the command center. Or maybe even 80 minerals. I don't know how long that is. But the Baneling speed now just finishing. Muta's coming out for Zenio. And I don't agree with that move one bit. About Zenio being behind. and going with Mutalisks, which when you're far ahead, you can still lose a game with Mutas. I mean, Mutas are definitely one of those very, like, high-paying, high-risk units nowadays, because Marines can generally just demolish them. Marines are only at 1-0 upgrades right now. The Muta's not going to be too far behind, so maybe that's why he's going. Maybe he knows how slow the Terran player is at upgrading, so that could be why. But I wouldn't even call his upgrades all that slow. He's about finished 1-1 at the 15-minute mark. I have seen crazy builds with Marine King when he'd be like starting 3-3 right now, but Joshua's still in a great spot, and oh my god, this is an abusive area right now from Joshua. Gonna be taking out this Baneling's Nest, and there's nothing that Zenio can really do to stop this. Tanks on the low ground, Marines on the high ground. This is much like Tal'Darim Ultra. It looks like Joshua has just found another very hard defense spot that Terrans can take when attacking a natural base. Thankfully, these tanks don't appear to be in range of the hatch, but the Marines can do a pretty good job, can just stay back, kill off this hatch. Zenio pulling the drones like, okay, I'm going to give that base up, just save these 16 workers, and take another base. So very nice job by Zenio, good call pulling back. Mutas look like they cleaned up Marines, but more will be coming. There are plenty of Marines down here. There's no shortage of them. Muta's now going to come, try to take out these, and they do back off as they are all out of the medevac, and with Stim, they can do a lot of damage. Now Muta's coming in. Marines going to be falling back to where he can get help from other ones, I guess. But Joshua is running out of Marines, and as I say that, oh man, big reinforcement coming in from Joshua. Now Zenio may want to go and do a little bit of a counterattack, because Joshua did just reinforce with a lot of units. Doesn't have much at home, and that is exactly what Zenio is doing as the tanks do get lifted up on the high ground. There is no chance of Zenio defending this. I am sorry, this is just too good of a spot for a Marine tank for Zenio to even dream of defending it. So he is going to be going in and doing what he can do. Try a counterattack. And this bunker will be falling, saving those Banelings so when the Marines do come, and now the SCVs of Joshua do abandon ship, and the command center is just going to be returning on home, saving a lot of those SCVs from death. Command center could also land right here, it looks like, and have these tanks protected from any lings. Joshua now moving in, all those tanks unsieged, and Zenio is going to have a tough time defending this, but at least Joshua doesn't have that weird high ground, low ground scenario that he had before. Now splitting up a few Marines, a lot of lings coming out, and they're not by the tanks. Another drop coming down over here. Joshua is just absolutely everywhere. Baneling does hit off. At the same time, these Marines are killing off a handful of drones, and all that, not that much. I don't think he was really microing them. Joshua killing 11 drones. Zenio has killed 28 workers. Zenio is still behind in supply. Joshua throwing a scan, killing off a lot of creep tombs. You can see still at 1-1 upgrades. So Joshua not that diligent about getting all those upgrades. And here we go, Zenio coming in. Banelings go off on those tanks. And now the lings and stuff will kill off the Marines. Zenio holding that off, but Joshua has a lot more units way off in the back. So Zenio will have to back on off. Joshua is still definitely dictating this game. The one tank, kind of an odd spot for that, and also the tank doesn't have any upgrades. So if the only thing I don't like so far about Joshua's play is his lack of upgrades, which makes Zenio's Muta choice not that bad. Not as bad as it made it out to be, because 1-1 Marines are not as scary as 3-3 Marines by any means necessary. Do have a scan going down. These drones are going to be taken out. Joshua going to be going up. Banelings do meet those Marines. Joshua trying to get a split off, but Zenio is already here up close to those tanks. Going to be taking them all down, and it looks like Joshua will not be able to hold this area. And Zenio will remain alive and has pulled ahead in the supply. This one medevac full of units does go down. Not a good thing right there. This one medevac doesn't have any units. I don't know what it's doing flying around the map, but it looks like Zenio has taken control of this game, has creep absolutely everywhere. But Joshua has rebuilt a big force, has retaken this third base very recently. As you do see, the mules, that is the first batch of mules about to die, so took it about 90 seconds ago. And getting that re-wall in, so Joshua will be moving out yet again. Zenio has met Joshua's base with creep, and Joshua does go and start picking that off. Now splitting his Marines, going to be falling back. There's lings going to be going down to those tanks yet again. more banelings on tanks. And that's something that Zenio's been doing throughout this game. Those banelings have been detonating on tanks. A lot of meters coming in to take out these missile turrets. Meters are at 1-0 upgrades. Joshua is almost at 2-2 on his Marines. And this is very late upgrading by Joshua. There's SCVs pulling away from the meter so he doesn't lose any more. Zenio killing 31 workers. And a handful of Marines right here trying to head off the meters at the pass. You can see they stimmed a few times though, and that could have been bad. I mean, those meters may have been able to clean up these Marines after another stim. They would go down very quickly, being all in the red or orange. Zenio with more baneling. Still doesn't have Burrow. A little bit surprised. I mean, Burrow's baneling play would be great right now and allow him just to get another base up safely. Going into his saturation, looking pretty good. This one bit natural is being retaken finally. And Zenio doesn't really have all that much. Well, I guess he does have gas. He just hasn't got it at this one base. And as I say that, Zenio does decide, okay, I need to get that gas. I don't want to go on 6 gas. I want to go on 8 gas. 8 gas allows me to do a lot more Broodlords type stuff. And that is what is good. Banelings coming in, trying to get a flank off on Marines. And you can see again, there's banelings going off on those tanks. So maybe that's just Joshua force turning the banelings down with his tanks. And Joshua does manage to hold on. He is behind in supply by about 20. And going to be taking a 4th base right now. Mutas are going to be coming in. Kind of injured. Few Marines do get stimmed up by Joshua. His Marines are still all injured, but he has enough of them where those mutas do have to back off. And Fester's now coming out by Zenio, finally going up to that Infestor tech. He may have done it a little bit earlier if he got on these gases that are still not being mined. Going to be taking yet another base. Worker tab shows 60 SCVs, 270 drones. Zenio ahead by about 40 supply. And looks like the medevac is going to be moving. You can see the medevac's very low on energy. None of them really have any energy whatsoever. So that is going to be good for Zenio because that means when he gets fungal growths going down, those Marines won't get healed. And they'll just die. I mean, that's all there is to that. Without medevac energy, fungal growth is absolutely devastating. Looks like Joshua is going to come in, try to do a drop, but Zenio does have units around at kind of each base. More lanes going to be coming in over here to defend against this one drop. And this drop is going to really do all that much. Tugging down those banelings. Very nice job by Joshua. We're going to be lifting up, taking out 2 banelings for 2 Marines. Not a bad call, but now the mutas are coming, and this medevac has met its maker, I guess you could say. If mutas were the makers of medevacs. I guess that saying doesn't really make any sense in StarCraft. But these rocks are going to be going down. Joshua does have a few tanks. Needs to get a few more tanks up here so we can start leapfrogging across the map. Those who scan can see all of these infestors, and the small fungal growth does go off. And you can still see only 2 medevacs really with any energy, very low as well. So if Zenio gets a few fungals off, the medevacs won't have any energy, and the Marines will just eventually wither away and die. And Spine Crawler is being built at Zenio's base, I guess, to defend against drops. We do have him going back up to Broodlord Tech. I shouldn't say back up, just up to Broodlord Techs. About 25 minutes into the game, going to be morphing his first Broodlords as he does get Spine Crawlers at all his bases that have a decent amount of minerals and that are mining. And now Joshua does have 5 tanks, and will be starting to take position on the map with his tanks, but the Broodlords now coming out. Zenio getting them out at like the perfect time. And a few Marines going to be baiting Lings and Banelings into those tank lines. That is not going to be working though. Joshua going to be leapfrogging his way up to Zenio's base. Has to do this very quick. And he can't be too greedy because all the tanks are going to be on creep so they can be seen. So he's got to do a very nice job leapfrogging the tanks. Zenio is at 209 supply out of 200 while Terran player is maxed. Joshua, though, doesn't have 3-3. Zenio doesn't have 3-3 as well. Going to get 3 attack, but not that carapace upgrade. Also getting adrenal glands. I have to say, Joshua's tank leapfrogging is pretty darn fast. He is making his way very quickly across the map, but the Broodlords have come out. So Joshua is going to have to get a beautiful insta-concave on those Marines. Does get a fungal growth, and these Broodlords don't look like they will be going down. Look at all the missing health of those Marines. One Broodlord did go down for a few Marines. But also importantly to say is all that medevac energy that will have to be forced to heal the Marines that had absolutely no life left. A few Marines dying, 2 Banelings right there. Joshua still just coming in, now dodging one of those fungals, gets another Broodlord. But medevacs do pick back up and will be bringing them back on home. Very nice play by Joshua right now, engaging these Broodlords. Maybe that's Zenio's fault at missing the fungals. And that Broodlord does go down. Are there any left on the field? 2 left and 6 more morphing in. So Joshua did good with 3 Broodlords, but they're about to be 8 Broodlords, which is infinitely harder than taking out 3. Those Infestors, though, getting relatively low on energy. Only has 4, is that right? Yeah, he's only got 4 Infestors out. Now getting 5 more, realizing, oh my god, I don't have that many Infestors. He can actually pretty much kill me right here. And Broodlord's going down, those Infestors backing off. They don't have, oh no, they do have enough energy for good fungals. I don't know why this one's backing off with 200 energy, but there's Marines doing quite a bit of damage, and nice, only getting 5 Marines there with that fungal. Joshua splitting his units at the last possible second. And still has a scary force met right here. Zenio can be doing a Ling run by, taking out a handful of SCVs. This one base, I mean, no one's going back to defend that, and this base is going to be taken out. Zenio's Ling run by doing so much damage. And you can see 42 workers killed now. Not many SCVs saved from that 4th base. And Zenio moving in with his Broodlords and Infestors. Joshua, I don't think, has any Ghost. Nope, no Ghost out on the map. Would be very nice to get EMPs off on those Infestors. Now those Marines doing a relatively good concave, and very nice splitting by Joshua right now. Keeping those Marines as far apart as possible. Those fungals can't do all that much, and those Infestors are running low on energy. Tanks are going to be killing the Infestors while the Marines kill off the Broodlords, and Joshua has beaten this one force just by the skin of his teeth. Has 5 Marines left. Oh man, was that close. And this one Thor, I guess you could say. More coming out from Joshua. But he can't really re-macro. He has lost so many minerals. You can see how much gas he has, but he has absolutely 0 minerals. Losing all of those SCVs was just devastating. His 4th base no longer really mining. His natural has a few idle SCVs. And this is like the last of Joshua's army as we know it. And it's not much anti-air. 1 Thor for anti-air out of Joshua. Zenio's 2 Broodlords will easily pick apart this Thor at 97 HP. Ling's going to be coming in, pick off this 1 tank. And this Thor is going to be falling. That's to say, this game definitely comes down to Joshua not being able to mine at this 1 base. That 1 Ling run by of like 6 Lings was just devastating. You can see the tanks on the high ground trying to again abuse the map to take out the drones there, but Joshua not feeling so hot after that run by. And there goes the GG. Very well played by Zenio. Was even going to be doing another run by right here. But, yeah, that just demolished this. Where'd this base go? Okay, it floated. It was a floater. So this is, I believe, right after that run by. Yeah, you have the Ling's dead right here. So this is just after that small run by. And this is why Joshua doesn't have money. So look at how many SCVs are on these minerals. Look at his income. Joshua's at 540 minerals per minute. And this is the mistake he made right now. Look at this. So not mining really anything. He's mining off of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 patches. And a lot of SCVs idle right here. So when he was doing all this beautiful splitting, taking out this entire army, you can see why he kind of ran out of money. Idle SCVs. Well, I guess you could say a lot of idle SCVs, even though they're walking constantly back and forth. And these will go idle. So Joshua making a small mistake right here, preventing him from building any more units, and that will be the game. Very close game. And big props to Zenio for taking that out. So, let's go into this. Joshua. 38 fungals, 23 scans. Not all that much interesting. 1 transfuse. 428 lings, 453 marines built, 18 medevacs. Joshua definitely loving those marines. And I also want to stress how much those upgrades would have helped if he got them. And let's go with this resource spending rate. I don't normally look at this, but in this game, we will be. We'll take Zenio out of this. Actually, maybe we should put Zenio back on this. But you can see this, like, right here. I can't draw a horizontal line. This is where Joshua wants to be. And he's still spending right here. I mean, this is probably after that run by. And he had a little bit minerals banked up, and then immediately goes down to nothing. But let's look at Zenio. So you can really now tell what this run by did, now that the scale is a little bit different. So this is his resource spending rate before the run by. Let's just double check that. 27 minutes? Let's go in 27 and find out exactly when that happened. So we're just waiting right now for that Ling run by. Maybe this is after he transferred. I don't know. I haven't really used that resource spending graph, but just based upon what I showed you of the game, it's enough proof that he ran out of money. And look at this right here. Zenio losing a lot of supply and can just rebuild. You can see how much he spent. Like 13,000 he spent. Lots. So, wait, that is beautiful. Holy cow, is that beautiful right here. This one a 5 granularity, and he is very nice on his macro. Like, how I say I hate spikes, this is clearly not like spiky. It's a lot around this area, which is beautiful to see. Joshua has a really nice macro, but yep, take care guys, and I didn't go to Zenio's injects, so we'll do that real quick. Zenio 6.5, much better than his previous games, around 7 seconds. It doesn't sound like much, but it definitely is. You can see right here the HUD put. If he just got an inject right here, that would be in the 5-second range of being perfect. But maybe he did a tumor. So let's go to the 10-minute mark and see if he did a tumor. And then that's where we will end this cast with. Does he have a tumor out? Yes, he does. Plenty of tumors at this 10-minute mark. Doesn't look like it's from these queens. And his queens are stacking energy, so it looks like he used some of these energy. I don't know what he's doing. Definitely doesn't look like he has perfect injects right now, but man, if he hit this one on the dot, this would have been some of the best injecting I have seen. But again, it's just odd to see him have so much energy on his queens at 10 minutes into the game and still have beautiful injects. I guess that's the power of building 4 queens. You just have so much energy. Well, anyways, hope you enjoyed the cast. Take care, and I will see you guys later.